Hello, and we're live. It is Mercury retrograde. It's kicking off. There's been lots and lots of energy in the collective. I'm sure that you've been feeling the Zara as well.
Yep, 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 yep.
As if you don't know, Mercury retrograde is a time of self-reflection, of shedding the old skin, so to speak, and making way for the new. And it has been said not to sign any big contracts during this time or make any huge life changes at the drop of a hat. It is a time to clear out old habits, old negative narratives that we speak internally to ourselves. It's been nice. I feel like I'm purging a lot of the old lack of self-worth, self-empowerment stuff and moving and shifting into a new energy. How about you? How's this Mercury retrograde treating you?
Yes, well, I think exactly. You can't speak during Mercury retrograde. Yeah, I think it's also meant to be like plays havoc with travel as well, doesn't it? And electronics apparently. And of course, yeah, my life is electronic problems like all day long. So it just took me about an hour to try and sort out my son's phone, and my friend had to help me in the end. And yeah, of course, yeah, your friend gets on it, and they're like, right, so it just says this, and you go, oh, done. So yeah, it's a funny energy. And delays, yeah, delays. There's lots of
Technological delays. Yep. I mean,
delays, yeah.
any type of mail. I know my mail hasn't been coming on my packages. It's like taking forever. There's delays with that.
Yeah.
Anything that technologically can go wrong, will be very mindful of how you communicate with others because
Yeah.
things will get lost in translation very quickly. Right?
Yeah. I'm at that point where I don't care anymore. Take me anywhere you like me, because I'm just gonna say it. No unapologetic, no excuses. Like, you take it how you want to take it. But yeah, you should really be careful, but I'm not. Oh, that's
Yeah,
how
and
I
then
am
it's
now.
also a time for those little squirrely X's that boomerang back in your field. If you haven't cut the cord completely, it's a time
Yeah.
for completely disengaging with an X. Yeah. If you have any readings, questions for us, put QQQ in the chat. If you have love readings, I feel like today we're going to get a lot of love questions, so I'm open to
Ooh,
it. Rapid
okay.
fire if anyone wants to ask any questions. But I thought we would start it off with just kind of taking a look at a few celebrity auras and just kind of get a read on that just for fun.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, so the first one, the weird thing that's going viral online is definitely Selena Gomez. I feel like she looks very different. In particular, her cheekbones. Let me pull it up. Her cheekbones look pretty wild.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I don't think it's the original.
Me either. So we'll have a look at, I'll just pull this up right here. But you see right here, the cheekbones almost look, there's a sense of like metal or bionic type of woman. I don't know if you're picking
Mm.
up on that.
Right. Now, have you got any idea which is the old and which is the new? I take it this bottom one here with a little sort of brown round the neckline is
That's the old one.
that
Yeah.
looks, she looks very young there. And then this one with the red, that's how she looks now, isn't it? So I'm gonna go with the new one. So I do you know, I feel that she is so different. She is so different to the original. And the original, I saw, as I can see here, I'm looking at both. So I'm looking at the original and I'm feeling that she is a sensitive soul. She is gentle. I feel that she's been placed into the spotlight. She is a people pleaser. She is doing things to please others. She is she's wily. I feel that she's quite wily. She's not she's I feel like it's a little bit like she's an old soul, so she is quite wily. She does see things and feel things. And then I do feel that the new one is a very different character. I see her as somebody who enjoys the limelight, enjoys showing off, um, has happily sort of stepped in and feels that, you know, she's sort of, she can't believe her luck, not in an imposter syndrome way. She feels like she's entitled to be there, but she is very much a peacock, I feel, compared to the old one, who was sort of a lot more humble. I feel like the new one has got a much more of a entitlement to her.
For some reason, I'm getting drawn to her legs. Like her legs are significantly different from the original one. The original one was much more athletic and, I guess, muscular. And for some reason, I'm getting that this new version of Selena, um, I'm just getting Bionic Woman. So I don't know like what they've switched out on her, but it looks like bits and bobs. I'm getting metal references. I'm also picking up on a male figure on the other side for her that is a grandfather on connected to father's side. I also was seeing the number 44, which is my reference for my symbol for like the angels were heavily guarding her, or she may even have the angelic DNA, like original DNA, which was why she was, tracked and targeted to be a celebrity. But for some reason, something's been dismantled and completely dissected, is what I'm getting. And I get her cheeks are so harsh compared to the original one. I don't know what's
Yeah.
going on with their face, but the cheekbones don't look mm, biologically authentic, if that makes any sense at all. I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely her facial structure's definitely changed, hasn't she? Because in that one there, the younger version of her, take that face and roll it on a few years, and you would still have that slightly sort of flatter between the highest part of the cheekbone and the jaw, whereas this is very much inflated. And I mean, that's even more so with the fillers and everything that they have done, and obviously they do, but
But she's so young. I mean, she doesn't need
yeah,
it. Like, I
yeah,
can't imagine, but they do
yeah,
that on the clones. They do the Botox and face fillers just to be like, "Oh, that's what that is." But
yeah,
yeah, she almost looks like she had a facelift, like it's pulled up. I know her hair's pulled
yeah,
back in a bun, but
yeah,
still, there's
yeah,
more of an almond shape than
yeah,
in the past.
yeah, yeah. She definitely is. Well, she does look like a different person, doesn't she? I think, but I do see her energy as being completely different. I mean, you know, if you weren't sure and looking through, I mean, interestingly, um, it's the same as Madonna. Like you look at Madonna, and that's not Madonna. That's not Madonna. That's a totally different person. And I think that you know, there's only so much surgery that you can have. But that I do see she's definitely got a different structure around, yeah, around the eyes even.
I'm
So
also
yes.
seeing like a serpent or like a snake coiled 2 times, which is significant. I don't know why. I'm seeing a snake coiled around her neck, outside of her neck. The top part of the head of the snake is kind of like near the ear. And then I'm seeing the tail like go into her neck and into her body. That's what I'm seeing as like
Yeah.
an entity of sorts. That's what I'm picking up on.
Yeah, yeah, that would make sense, because that to me would manifest as that sort of enjoying the attention kind of. There's that um fame hungry entity, do you know what I mean? And yeah, lady, sorry, I just saw that Nikki Nanu, Lady Gaga, definitely one to read.
Yeah.
um
I'm gonna type it in real quick. Lady Gaga.
yeah.
Okay,
Um,
up your protections for this one because she is a very dark one.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. So, she's this is also not the original. This is also not the original. I don't believe this is the original. This picture here certainly isn't the original Lady Gaga, and I haven't really seen much of her in live appearances or what's the word? Performances or anything recently, but I did really love her, the original, and her
This kind
energy.
of
And
looks like the original one up here, right? The two on the left, most left.
yeah, 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 um yeah, but this, do you know, I feel I'm feeling that when a star is born, around that time I feel that she was replaced. um
I could see that.
Yeah. So, and I mean, that was an incredible film. But yeah, I mean, I'm hearing as well that there's the movement through into the Dolce and was it Dolce? No, it wasn't. It was who was it? Was it Gucci?
I
No.
don't know. I don't
She
keep up
played,
with
what
it.
was the I think it was Gucci. She played one of the founders of Gucci, didn't she? Um,
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. In a movie.
yeah, I feel like she'd been replaced at that time as well. Um, but I'm getting robotic. Actually, I'm hearing robotic. She is almost almost an NPC in her personality. It's like she's not this new Lady Gaga hasn't even she's just void of much of a personality. She is simply like almost robotic in, I appear here, I do this, I do that. So also, yeah, she's definitely involved in the dark practices.
Yeah.
She is embraced, well, I feel like she's just doing as she's told these days. Yeah,
So
she's not
yeah,
herself at all.
yeah. This is quite darker, in my opinion, than even Selena Gomez. And
Oh,
so this is what's interesting. So I don't know why. I have no idea why, but ever since I was a child, and I didn't know this was my psychic abilities, but I could not tell the difference between Prince and Michael Jackson. Their souls and their energy, obviously, they have similar like talents and things, but their soul, to me, I could never tell their energy apart, their soul. They seemed like soulmates of some sort or from the same soul tribe.
yeah.
And even
Or
whenever,
fractals of each other, fractals of the same oversoul, maybe.
yeah, and like the way that they kind of died similarly. I mean, there's still debate if
Mm,
Michael Jackson's actually really, unalived, but
mm.
I remember when I was in Greece for the summer, and I remember we had no access to the internet. It was so slow and terrible that I like barely could get on to do emails. So I really lost touch with a lot of people back here. And I remember one day on the beach when we were windsurfing, everyone came in and was like, "Oh my God, Michael Jackson died." And my immediate response to it was, "No, he didn't." I don't know why. Like everybody who told me that,
Yeah.
I was like, "No, he didn't. No, he did. He didn't die. He didn't die. I don't
Mm.
believe it." And I don't know what sparked that, but it is
Mm.
fascinating knowing what I know now, like about like a lot of the conspiracy theories. But anyway, I preface it with that, saying that there is some similar fractal or soul tie energetically that is so similar to Marilyn Manson, which is a
Oh,
wild card. But
yeah.
there's this same vacancy in their eyes and the
Hmm.
same I'm getting that she in her aura, she has this maybe fetish for like torture, and which I don't like. I don't even want to kind of like delve into that because I don't want to like just I don't want to I don't want that energy to pee in my pool, so to speak. But um so yeah, like she just there's this vacancy in her eyes. Her eye sockets
Mm.
really stick out to me. And in particular, I'm seeing like a raccoon type or scavenger type of energy that like enjoys picking apart people. That's in the new energy of her that I'm picking up. Now,
Mm.
here in the small town, old Lady Gaga 1.0, we'll call her, she seems her throat chakra is much more open and she seems much more bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and hopeful for the future. See, this is like right here at the bottom. This totally reads Marilyn Manson to me energetically,
Mm. Mm.
and
Yeah,
like
you're right. Yeah,
it's
I see
just
that
something.
definitely.
Like even
Mm.
right here,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. Definitely. Interestingly as well, there's something about that one that the one that you just pointed out that is also mirroring across from Madonna.
Mm,
Extreme sort of hard, weird masculine energy, a very, very masculine energy that it's giving off. So yeah,
I'm also getting
and
drawn to her lower back for some reason, so that might be where the entity has attached.
entered, yeah.
There's several though, but there's this element of torture which is really sad, which she enjoys. um
Mm.
yeah, I don't want to go in any deeper. This is
No.
allegedly, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I think it's really clear as well that since she has well, for me, um since she's changed person, as the old left and the new came in, the expression of her art and her dress is so much darker, isn't it? So I know that there is a massive movement in Hollywood right now, between artists and designers, and that they are really, really expressing their darkest, in plain sight. I mean, they've really, really come together, and they've really married up between, sort of the bigger sort of stars, and these sort of designers that really do explore the darkest side of fashion. Um, so with Madonna, I feel like
Too many lip fillers, first of all.
it's actually been since now in the I have to look at my hand to know whether it's left or right. So as I'm looking at the screen in my left bottom, where she turned up, was it at the VMAs or something, looking sort of really bizarre. That's when she changed. Oh, sorry, there's one right in the middle as well with her with the
Yes.
plaits
Yes.
here.
Yes. That's the
That
that's the one where her face does not, it looks complete like a different person.
Yeah. So the one just below with the dark roots and the red, what looks like a flower, that's the last time she was herself. And then so then the dramatic change after the in that second one with the plaits, and that was when she transitioned out of the public eye. um
Ugh, that one's
I feel
scary.
like so that was not her. That was that was when the new one came in. And that is a more malleable energy as well. And this is where I think it's translating as desperate, because her energy was, she was empowered, she was strong. She now I've no doubt that she had her demons, and she was very sort of she had an edge, but she had an edge about her. She did. I think she wasn't a very kind or generous, or she's definitely a control freak. And I think she's definitely a narcissist.
I just never I mean, I just don't find her voice to be exceptional. Like,
Well,
she's very poppy. Yeah, she's very
it
poppy.
never was, is it?
I never really understood the cult following with her, which I guess I do now with, the witchcraft and stuff. But you know what I'm getting and downloading immediately from this photo here? I think that it is a sign of initiation of some sort, or getting to a certain satanic level um when they dye the eyebrows, when they bleach them. That's Lady Gaga had that.
Yeah.
And that it's like when her face changed, just like they when you wear leopard and pink hair is usually the first rounds of initiation into the Illuminati,
Yes.
allegedly, so
Yeah.
to speak. It looks like when you get to be a high dark arts witch or something of that nature, it's just reading that the eyebrows are bleached out. That's what I'm getting. And then when she started out, Madonna, which I would say is right here. Yeah, that one. Um, I would say that she just gives me an energy of this one too. She gives me an energy of an angry teenager, just working out her stuff, rebellious.
Yeah,
And
she definitely had that energy, didn't she? She was very much a madam, different, sort of arrested development, I would say. Very much arrested development, and then that ties in with moving into that into the stratosphere that she went into, being sort of so famous at sort of a young age, and remaining so. But I feel that she backed out because she was she wasn't malleable enough, and I felt like she'd played the game for so long, and then she decided, that's it, I'm out. And I think she's been replaced for that reason.
I think there's been a masculine energy that's replaced her. It's very masculine. I'm picking up on it. And I'm also getting drawn to her shoulders for some reason, especially in this picture. They look quite different now. They look much more masculine, much more, yeah. Something with the power, maybe power. I know shoulders usually symbolize power struggles with me. Maybe she's having a lot of, in the patriarchy of the entertainment industry, she has a lot of power struggles with men, maybe in particular, and also maybe that's why. I definitely think she's been switched out.
I agree. I think she was the epitome of a powerful woman, but I think she is now looking like a lot more masculine, and she's hunched as well. Also, her whole body has changed in shape, because she had a relatively, I mean, as you can see in this American Music Awards picture, where where she's sort of in a Into the Groove days, she had quite a long neck, and then you can see then in this one with the plaits, her neck disappears and her shoulders are now, when you see her, she sort of walks like she's got no neck. Now, it doesn't matter
Yeah.
how old you get, you still have a neck. If you've got a neck, you've got, if you've got a long neck, you've got a neck. And she's lost that neck, and she is definitely looking very butch up top. That is definitely, so I do see, I see it weirdly, I see a masculine change to her, but I see that she has lost her sort of powerful, her powerful side, and it's now sort of a very there's a real weakness to her now that just doesn't match up with her personality. She was so powerful, and now she just sort of seems just very weak and meek and desperate. So yeah, that's
I think this is allegedly, but what I'm picking up in her aura is that there's some energy harvesting from children, is what I'm picking up. There's a lot of children that are popping up in her aura for me when I
yeah,
tap
yeah,
into her.
yeah.
Not Jennifer Lopez. I just pulled up Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer
Jennifer
Lopez.
Lopez, yeah, Jennifer
For
Lopez.
some reason, I keep picking up that I don't know why birds stick out at me, but it's almost like I'm seeing bird feathers, like a headdress or something oracly on her. There's a hat in place, there's feathers, there's lots of headdresses that I'm seeing clairvoyantly. I don't know where that comes from. I don't know if that's just like an entity or like who she's owned by soul wise. I'm not sure, but it's very fascinating. And I do feel like there's a little bit of like Fey energy and Pleiadian energy with her as well. Um, I always used to love her just because she's a dancer, but it's very fascinating to see all the things that have come out with like, the Diddy stories from way back in the day. And I think her name was Natasha, the one that was shot in the nightclub in New
Yeah,
York
yeah.
and stuff, and her involvement, like J-Lo's involvement there, dropping the gun out of the car allegedly. But yeah, I don't know. I feel she's still the original one, but I do feel
Yes,
that she's been through a lot
yes,
in
yes.
Hollywood.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think she's almost overcome quite a bit of physical abuse, I'm sure, especially if she dated P. Diddy now.
yeah,
But yeah, there's an element of like, I feel like there's a survivor element.
yeah,
And I think she's somehow flown above the cracks, which normally you would say seeps through the cracks. But yeah, I don't know. For some reason, she's made it out and flown above. I don't know how or why, but that's what I'm
yeah,
getting. What are
yeah.
your thoughts?
Yeah, well, that's really interesting you say that, because I I I can totally identify with what you're saying there, because I see her as her public persona is now like whoop, it slipped out. But in actual fact, I feel like she is she is ascending because she is no longer forced to chase that train. So I'm feeling that her energy is, she is almost I don't want to say it, because I do think that, I think she was when she's in in this system, in this I'm trying to think of the better word for it, but
barricades in a restriction in the cage.
yes, yeah, in the you know, caught in this sort of system of, you know, hit, you know, project, blah blah. And she has worked hard. She is a hard worker, but she was actually very, very unhappy with it. And she has now been forced off of that path. And she's tried to keep going with it because it's all she knows, but something has pushed her off. And I think she is now starting to feel like, do you know what? I've weirdly, I think she's sort of gone through a depression through the sort of failure to survive it in the industry. However, I feel like she is actually now starting to awaken and actually realize that how unhappy she was on that truck, going and going and going, and that it's like she's not quite on that thing, well, this is probably the best thing that's ever happened to me. She's not quite there yet, but she's almost taking that path towards that kind of sort of statement within her. I mean, you may never hear her say it, but in her soul she's thinking, oh right, I think that this is probably what I'm meant to be doing. This is, you know, and I'm no longer I think
I'm
go
picking
on.
up that okay, so the whole second go around with Ben Affleck, I truly believe he works for the CIA. I think he's high up as well as Matt Damon. I think that they're kind of like the overlords of the pyramid, and I think that she went and did a round two with Ben Affleck for PR protection with
Yeah,
the P. Diddy stuff
renewal.
coming out. Yeah. And then it was like dead in the water very quickly. I feel that I can agree with you that she's tired of being almost ST'd, transported amongst the Hollywood high end realm. I think that she's at her best when she's building a business and building. That's what I'm picking up. And that she loves to be busy. She loves to see things grow from the ground up that she's sprinkled her fairy dust on. That's why I'm getting like a fairy energy connected to her DNA. But but I do feel that there is a sense of worry and a slight panic for her past coming back to haunt her. And that was also why she was maybe kind of backed into a corner and decided,
Yeah.
oh, I'll go have a round two with Ben Affleck. But that went up in smoke really quickly, right?
Yeah, it went up. Funnily enough, it went up in smoke just before all the stuff hit, didn't it? And it did seem like he was told, he was tipped off that this was what was coming, and therefore, if you want to, you know, I would get out now, or you know, get out now. This is what you need to do. And he sort of slipped out the back door, because, you know, and this is the thing in Hollywood, the ones that fall are usually the ones that are probably better humans, you know, the ones that continue in and carry on. You know, it's sacrifice, isn't it? It's they pick them off for sacrifice. Right, we'll sacrifice this one, we'll sacrifice that one. Diddy got sacrificed, and it's all to save, you know, the most higher, you know, the top of the pyramid. It's never, you know, you're never getting to the bottom of it. You're always
on a conveyor belt. It's a revolving door of
yeah,
recycling,
yeah,
fractals, mind control, editing.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
This one's we talked about this last time, and I wanted to pull up the photos because
now
we weren't I hadn't been able to pull it up last time, but
this
this
is
guy,
various different people here. There's
yes,
up to four or 5 different individuals here.
This is not John Travolta. This looks like a bad knockoff.
Yeah, there's Timu John Travolta. Yeah, definitely. There's I can't even feel that any of those are the original. I don't feel that any of those are the original. I feel that
See, now this one looks like, okay, I would beg to find some evidence. This person right here, this picture, looks like he's connected DNA wise, genetically, to Jerry Seinfeld. I don't know what it is about them, but they have similar, like,
they have
facial expressions. It's the kind of like, ooh, like smile. I don't know. I feel like they're like related somehow in the family tree. I would love to see anybody dig up some family ties with them or ancestry, because they look so similar to me.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
I feel like this is the original one. I feel like way back in the day when he would do his dance scenes and things.
Yeah, I think he's way back before I'm also getting Phenomenon when he did that film, that since then he hasn't been real. It has been, it's been sort of various clones ever since then.
Oh wait, that one's Signs. I think that was I think I'm getting Mel Gibson maybe mixed up. But let's see. What does Cam say? John Travolta was my favorite. Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's a great.
Scientology has taken him, and he's gone to some weird, I don't know, cartel looking look.
I mean, there's
This is not the same guy that was at the Cannes Film Festival either.
No, none of those in that shot are the same person. They're all different.
Look at this one. Look how weird. Oh my god, that's not even I don't know. Look at it.
I think they're struggling, aren't they, with their clothes? They're struggling, and they're trying to swap in one, and then they're just like, very soon it's sort of, he's showing himself not to be that person. Now I see now.
That looks like Jimmy Kimmel a little bit right there. It's like if Jimmy Kimmel and John Travolta had a baby.
The one next to him looks more like his energy, but
right here.
Yeah, that's more like his energy. But I don't know.
But even the butt chin doesn't look right to me. And there's a little bit too much makeup on, and his hairline looks like it's sprayed on. I mean, obviously he's dyeing his hair, but it almost looks like Count Dracula here. Like there's so much makeup, which to me kind of speaks to someone. This looks like a mask to me. Actually, now that I look closer at the chin and the wrinkle up here, it just looks like a lot of makeup and prosthetics to me. Just the progression here. That's not the same person. This one's not the same person. I feel like this is where he looks like Jerry Seinfeld to me so much right here.
Yeah.
It just looks like they have the same DNA. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. It's around here, isn't it? Yeah.
This one is
weird. I mean, it is crazy, isn't it? Because I don't think anyone bought that last appearance, did they? He didn't sound like him. He didn't look like him. It was just nothing about him. The energy was entirely different. I mean, this one actually looks like a waxwork, doesn't it? He looks like a waxwork there.
Looks like he's been drained of all blood, and he's actually a vampire.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
I think here his butt chin, I don't know what to call it, but the chin dimple, it's quite large. It takes up most of his chin. So I think these photos up here with his beard that looks like it's been pasted on or like plugged in with plugs. I feel like that's a tactic to hide the discrepancies in his chin, because it's very, very prominent.
Yeah.
With him, I feel and I remember these eyes from like was it Look Who's Talking? His eyes right here, they still have life behind them,
Yeah.
and you know, here, right here, no, nothing's
Yeah,
that
no,
that is
that's not
gone.
him at all.
The lights
No,
have
it's
left
not
the
him at all.
building. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, and we see this all too often in Hollywood. And then I didn't know last time when we were talking that Kelly Preston is actually passed on, and I just found that so fascinating because, yeah, it just seems like a lot of these Hollywood celebrities, it's not normal to have that many close relatives pass away so early on in life. You know, it
Yep.
just seems like sacrificing. And as we know,
Yep.
John Travolta is heavily into the weirdo Scientology
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, he is.
following. Yeah.
He's a long-standing member, isn't he? So,
Oh, you know what? Nicolas Cage. Let's look into him. Let's see.
he did Face Off. Was brilliant, wasn't it? I did love that film. It's so good, and they both. I mean, they're incredible. I think that. Yeah. I mean, they were good.
Okay, first off, I've never been a fan of Nicolas Cage. He's just weird. He's kind of like who is that comedian, old comedian, weird guy that like he's a little off, like has a weird energy. I don't know. Just seems
He
like when
has got a
he's an
really weird
awkward,
energy.
he like socially incapable of like, I don't know, holding the energy of a room. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah, he has got weird energy, but he's definitely from from the factory, isn't he? I can't remember. He's related to someone, but he is from the factory, most definitely. They've churned him out.
I see something on his chest for some reason. I'm seeing like a big, almost like animal attachment on his chest, like laying across his chest, which is almost like a shield or a barrier for anyone getting close to his heart. So that could be from trauma, or I just feel like he probably doesn't let anybody in. He's very guarded, which is why he's also very socially awkward. But I feel like he has weird habits and keeps to himself. He's like a loner.
Yeah. Well, just interestingly, I feel like I'm feeling like that if when he gets close to a woman, I feel like he's expected to sacrifice the children that they have. And I think that sort of has alienated him. He's never really been able to connect with any woman because each time he has a girlfriend or a wife or whatever. I mean, I don't know if he's got a long-standing wife, but I mean, we all know those are farce, aren't they? Those types of marriages are farcical. But I feel that if he ever tries to get involved with a woman, like the machine straight in, taking the pregnancies as sacrifice. That's what I feel, and
It's horrible. That's horrible.
it's isolated him. That's one of his weaknesses. Is like isolated. He's found it very isolating because he has the potential to be able to get close to someone and have a sort of intimate relationship with someone, but it's always sabotaged by these sacrifices.
Yeah. Cam says weird because Scientology doesn't like meds, but they use IVF, medically proven fertility meds cause cancers. Kelly Preston used fertility meds. I still feel I went and looked at Kelly Preston's website, and I think she was absolutely sacrificed. I mean, there's like 40 different charities and like third world country charities that they're like asked to donate in Kelly's name. I don't know. I just feel so strongly Kelly Preston was sacrificed, but here also I think the reason why Scientology is open to IVF is because I feel that they also mess with the DNA of they will plug in some off-world DNA, reptilian DNA. That's why we got a lot of weird
Yeah.
new generational stuff coming up with like
Yeah.
kids being born, and there's been a lot of like some alien, very prominent heads and some weird looking eyes I've seen circulating on TikTok. A lot of
Yeah.
genetic anomalies coming up, and I think that all is because we don't know what they're doing with the cryo fetus that's being stored, and they could do anything, and
Yeah, sure.
we wouldn't have the telescope. I mean, the telescope. We wouldn't have the microscope to look into and make sure that it's our DNA that we
Yeah.
submitted to the cryo bank. I mean, there's so much,
And
you
of
know.
course, with Scientology, you know, it's not do, you know, I do as you do, and the phrase I'm thinking of is "Don't do as I do, do as I say." So they don't follow everything that they preach. It's just not. It's not like that at all. They, you know, they will force they will force those to follow this, that, and the other, but they do not do it themselves. The head guy, he does what the hell he wants. He doesn't, you know, there's no rules in that sense. They you know, they will
Until
do
you're
whatever they need to
until you're thrown under the bus, though, because the top guy can still like just like P Diddy. It's all fun and games until they get thrown. They decide they're getting cut.
Yeah, and then and I can't remember, is it Ron Hubbard? I think he's the
Yeah,
top bloke. I see his days are numbered. Okay, so I see he is going, and once he comes down from the top, the whole lot is going to crumble. So it's going to be and it's also going to tear down a lot of other institutions and things that were propping it up. It's going to rain cats and dogs, but it's going to rain black tar when he comes down. The whole lot is coming down with him, and it's there'll be a lot of scrambling because of the finances. There'll be a lot of, you know, there'll be a lot of things will just vamoose, you know, everything will go missing. There'll be mysterious transactions. It will just go and then, you know,
I think they're going to try and
suddenly,
silence everyone. Yeah. It seems
yeah,
like the download I got was that they were going to try and silence the youngest people that were like the bottom dwellers that were doing. I don't know. I just got a vision of scrubbing floors, like mopping and scrubbing floors, like child labor. I don't know. They're going to be doing something to like silence that. Is what I just got. But I also think that Nicolas Cage is his preference is men behind the scenes. That's what I'm
do you
getting.
know, I did get a little, yeah, I did get a little man pop in, and but I don't think, I don't think he feels. I think that is a sexual tendency, but I don't think it's an emotional connection. I'm not feeling he emotionally connects with men. He just enjoys the physical side of it.
Yeah, me too. I don't think like I said, there's like some type of animal, almost like a Viking fur that is like worn as like armor. Like it's almost like you can't connect to him emotionally or get
Yeah,
close to him at
yeah,
all. It's almost like
yes,
not NPC energy, but just such a
no,
shut down,
yeah,
recluse, weird
yeah,
loner vibe that
yeah,
that he
100%.
puts people off. Oh, Christopher Walken, that's the guy I was thinking of. That he has a similar energy to Christopher Walken to me. Like
Right.
they have
Yeah.
that weird kind of like you never know how to take their sense of humor or their little
It's
sayings. It's just a bit
Yeah,
off.
I mean, Christopher Walken to me actually has got a very big attachment, very
Mhm.
big,
He looks
dark.
electrocuted all the time.
Yeah, he's I feel like he's got he runting he runting down there, definitely. He's got a big network where he's the top guy. I think he's getting a lot of yeah, he's definitely part of like big player in an operation, definitely.
Mhm.
In the traffic and that side of it.
Let's see. Let me bring up Christopher Walken. Yeah, he's just. I feel like I can smell his breath from here. So
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's definitely. And I think what's interesting is you can always tell somebody who has got a possession, because they tend to have quite wonky faces. And if you look at that center picture, I mean, his eye straight away is wonky as hell, isn't it? So you can do that half and half. I'm going to do it to the screen, but you can do that. So the right side of the face, the right eye, is the feminine side, and the one that you present to the world, the one that you want to be seen as. And then and that sort of what am I getting from that? That is light-hearted. He wants to come across as a light-hearted individual. And the right side is the masculine side, where you draw from your father, and that is suspicious. Suspicious. So that's the real him. He's quite a suspicious character. He doesn't trust his,
I think that Christopher Walken, to answer your question, Cam, I immediately picked up that I see he's sacrificed animals before in his aura. I don't when I asked about Natalie Wood, I don't know who Natalie Wood is. I'm going to look that up. But when I asked about Natalie Wood, I do feel he knows about her. Did she pass away?
I think she was an actress, wasn't she, Natalie Wood?
Yeah. I'm getting that he knows what happened with her in the network and the industry. He knows who and what maybe sacrificed her. But I don't think he is connected directly or had any type of dealings directly with her. But I'm not sure. I don't know the story. What are your thoughts, Zara?
Just having a look here. Natalie Wood, born in 38, child actress,
they were
Academy Award winner, and
is this Christopher Walken right
she
here?
was no, that is Robert Wagner, isn't it?
Okay.
Robert Wagner. She was, so she died drowning, and also other undetermined factors. In other words, allegedly, she was.
Yeah, for some reason, what I'm picking up is that he, at this point in his life, he wasn't. I feel like he was learning about the game, the Hollywood industry game, and what to look out for. But I think he knows, he's worked out what happened to her, but I don't think he had any direct dealings with her. Now where he's at with his aura and his energy, there is a lot that he feels guilty about. And I think that he has since switched to sacrificing animals. I don't know. That just keeps popping up for some reason. But I think he knows about his whereabouts, and it was like a stabbing or a betrayal of some sort that never quite got over. And I think maybe also that's why when that was the beginning of the end, like when he started to go to the dark side. But again, he's like, when I smell rotting flesh and a really bad aura from the oral cavity, like I can do now, like through the screen, that means true demonic possession.
100%. Yeah. He's sulfur, isn't it? The smell of sulfur. Yeah, he's definitely possessed. He's very dark. Very dark individual. Yeah.
Cam says, "Oh wow, Christopher was the only other person on the boat besides her husband when she was found overboard." Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah.
Apparently went over. I don't know if I believe that. I mean, obviously they can put it whatever they want in the mass media, like the mainstream media. It's like all those stories are mockingbird
Mm.
news, right? So if it's like very obvious, like he was the only one, it almost seems like they were trying to set him up for that or to make it look like that. But yeah, I don't know. And
Mm.
for some reason, I just don't feel that he was part of it. I think he knows how it happened and who was
Mm.
responsible. But I don't know, for some reason back then, I don't feel like he was fully possessed yet. But
Mm.
that's just me. I don't know.
Mm.
What do you think,
Um,
Sarah?
well, it's so hard because it's so hard. I have to really battle because I just love Robert Wagner. So yeah, but you have to understand that they're all dark and compromised. But yeah, so I have to really battle that, take that wall down because I just loved Heart to Heart. I can't help it. But anyway,
I don't
so
know who
yeah,
any of these people are. This is
oh,
before my time.
yeah, Heart to Heart. They were just this lovely, glamorous, beautiful couple. Um, and they just ended up, they were just sort of low key people, but they just always ended up solving crimes. But we're just looking, when she did, yeah, 81. So, Rob, come tell me. Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah, he
Robert
knows
Vader.
everything. He knows everything. It's all very much part of the um the satanic ritual machine. She was sacrificed. She was she I'm hearing she was talking too much. She was about to spill some beans in a way that would have been inconvenient to certain individuals, and it was just like beautiful. She's just volunteered herself for a sacrifice. Let's take her out. So yeah, he never loved her. Rob, he never loved her. There was an arrangement there. He was her handler, I'm hearing. And yeah, it was always planned. That was what was to happen. So
Do you feel she drowned? I'm feeling like I don't even really feel like she drowned.
no, she was given a concoction and pushed over. Not before she was
I'm seeing like a
hard.
ritual. Yeah, I'm
She
seeing
was
a
hard.
ritual.
Yeah, she was hard. She was hard. She was yeah. It was nasty. It was a prolonged attack, and then it was a drugging and a chucking overboard.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah, pretty horrific, actually. Pretty horrific.
Yeah. Well, I just learned of a new celebrity from back in the day.
Yeah,
I've
no,
never
the
seen these
80s they
two.
were. Yeah, that was the 80s that was.
Very cool. All
Yeah.
right. So, anybody have any like personal QQQs? We have about 5 more minutes. We'll be live. If y'all have any psychic rapid fire questions you want to ask, and if not, we'll head on out. This was a fun little short one.
Yeah, nice.
I like
Yeah,
doing
well,
celebrities.
it's always nice, isn't it? And oh, can I just plug? I'm going to plug. Can I
Yeah,
plug? I'm just going to
sure.
plug. So I am going to be doing I have already plugged, but what I'm going to be doing is as part of the Freedom Program, which is currently run by Women's Aid, and it's supported by a book called Living with the Dominator, and that is by Pat Craven. And I'm going to be doing, probably not sort of straight away, but soon I'm going to be doing a big series of basically domestic abuse and controlling coercive behavior, the types of personality, the types of behavior, the red flags. So it will start with red flags, but I want to be completely and utterly prepared and researched and loaded up with the red flags, because I just feel that so many of us fall into those relationships. We've all experienced some type of abuse, and so so I want to be there. So that will be the first ep will be red flags, so that we can all read up on those and avoid them in our future relationships.
And where can we find that? Is that going to be on a free TV?
No, that will be on YouTube. That's going to be on
YouTube. on your channel.
So I'll start churning. Yeah, it's not quite yet, but I'm ramping up for it, and I'm going to start churning them out. But yeah, the first episode will be the red flags, so that we can all polish up on red flags, so that all the first dates, they come out then and you don't realize it, and you think, oh no, I'm really easygoing, I'm not high maintenance, I'm cool, I don't mind that. But the reality is these are all little tests to see what you'll tolerate.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a honeymoon period where they see where your threshold is, and they pull back and say, oh, I'll be better next time, and then they push the envelope a little bit more. This is a great time during Mercury retrograde to really reflect and just take a pulse and see, like, are my relationships healthy? Where am I not self-empowering and honoring the self-worth? Is it how I feel I deserve to be treated? And chances are, I think society, it's kind of conditioned into us to accept less than what, we think, high maintenance or whatever. And so, I've been through it myself, and I consider myself a strong cookie. I consider myself, like,
well, listen, it often is the strong individuals that get targeted, because that's the big thing, is the psychopaths, the narcissists, the sociopaths. They don't want a weak, pathetic person. They want somebody who is going to really rally for them and take care of them and endure. They don't want someone weak. They want someone strong. They want someone who's going to just do everything they can for them, to take on everything for them. So that is by the nature, unfortunately, that is by our nature what they are looking for.
In my experience, they just siphon. They want to siphon and just turn you inside out and take the power from your solar plexus. I would feel a lot of like poking in my solar plexus, because I have a very strong willpower. And I'm a go-getter, and I always am wanting to improve. And like, my tall tale sign and litmus test for me is when I have to go home and I'm so drained and I need a vacation from the vacation kind of thing. That's exactly when I know that someone's an energy vampire, and that their true intentions for me are not good. If someone has good intentions, you're going to feel more energized around those people. You're going to want to be around them and not have to take a break and go sleep it off, kind of thing. All right. So we got a new question. Will I be able to move into a house within a year? Tamara MM7 US says. Yes, I do think you will be able to. However, you will need to make some compromises on maybe there's a division on the down payment is what I'm getting. So maybe have a little bit more self-control and self-discipline when deciding the down payment. I don't know, something for the down payments coming up. But I do see you will maybe in the month of May of 2027.
Yes, well, that's interesting because I've got 5. The month of 5 would tie in, number 5. So but I've also got it's actually, I think, going to turn out in a slightly different way than what you were expecting. It's not going to be completely expected. So but there is definite realistic and solid material gain there. So there is a yes, definitely.
There's just something, like maybe the way that you divide up your expenses, or be like extremely know what's going in and what's going out, and have a preset budget so you don't go color outside the lines too much. There's something with that, and it's definitely doable, but maybe like you're a little bit laxed, and I was getting color outside the lines. You were coloring outside the lines, and you need to tighten up the ship a little bit. Alrighty, so good luck. You're gonna have to let us know.
Yeah, please do.
Oh, no worries. You're good.
Yeah.
I think that's Martha, I think, is eating cookies and milk. Enjoy the cookies and milk. Alrighty, guys. Well, this was a short one today. Thank you so much, Zara. And check out her Red Flags episode. And it's coming soon. And she's put a lot of labor and love into it to help others as well. Alrighty. And if you want to book a reading with me, you may always come and do so at jgilly.com. That's JGILLY.com. And you may always book a reading with Zara at srgsoulguidance.com. Have a good one. Happy weekend.
Thanks for coming.
Bye.